Well, former Vice President Mike Pence gave 13 News the first Indiana interview since the release of his new book.
Today, I spent 30 minutes talking with him about his future plans, his relationship with former President Donald Trump, the January 6th riot, and why he will not testify in front of Congress. The former vice president chose 13 News as his first Indiana interview to talk about his new book, So Help Me God. In it, he details the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Well, January 6th was a tragic day, but I'll always believe that by God's grace I did my duty that day, to uphold my oath to the Constitution.
You hear the chanting of "Hang Mike Pence." What does that all bring back when you think and see those images?
I mean, I was angry, Scott. I was caught in the thought as I looked at those scenes that not this, not here, not in America. When a tweet came across shortly after 2 o'clock that the president set out saying that I lacked courage, it was clear to me he had decided to be a part of the problem. I was determined to be a part of the solution.
Do you forgive him for some of the things he said about you?
Scott, as a Bible-believing Christian, forgiveness is not optional. And so I've prayed to forgive the president, and still do. I wish them well, but I do believe we'll have better choices to lead our party and lead our nation in the months and years ahead.
The former vice president says he will not testify for the January 6th committee.
And I believe that to have a vice president summoned before the Congress to testify about private deliberations at the White House would set a terrible precedent.
The former vice president says he'll discuss whether or not to run for president when his family gathers during the holidays, with a decision in January.
If you do run, can you become the nominee, and can you beat former President Donald Trump?
I think we'll have better choices in 2024. We'll discern whether as a family we want to be one of those choices and feel called to that. Whatever the future holds for us, we're going to stay focused on our faith, focused on our family. We're going to seek to carry ourselves in the public debate as an advocate or as a candidate in a way that honors God, and we'll just trust Him for the balance.
Most of my interview with the former vice president was spent on serious issues, but at the end of today's interview, I did ask him about that memorable moment during the vice presidential debate when a fly landed on his hair, and the way he remembers that story is priceless. You can watch that video when you go to WTHR.com.